Okay, hi everyone. My name is Shelley McComb, and I am getting my master's in environmental and sustainability studies. So, people are sick of the flooding. An actual quote from a Live 5 news article written in July of 2014. And the picture on the left was written about after a series of summer downpours in Folly Beach. But you thought this thesis was about sea level rise, and I promise I'll get there. Living where we do, rerouting our daily commutes because of flooding has become the norm. Like this past weekend when we experienced the 11th highest king tide on record. And then it rained for like 2 days straight on top of that. And king tides are a direct cause of sea level rise. See, it's all related. So for my thesis, I wanted to understand if policymakers really knew where the water was coming from and what motivates them to pass and implement sea level rise and nuisance flooding policies. So I talked to 12 government workers that work in sea level rise planning in the communities of Folly Beach, Bluffton, and Beaufort, and from Charleston and Beaufort counties. I chose these places because of my partnership with the ACE Basin Coastal Training Program, as these governments influence the ACE Basin, and the ACE Basin seeks to educate stakeholders in these communities. So the picture on the middle here is an outline of the ACE Basin, and to the top and the right is up where Folly Beach would be up the coast, and this is located between Charleston and Beaufort, and down on the bottom left is roughly where Beaufort and Bluffton would be, and most of this is Beaufort County surrounding the map. So anyways, I asked these people questions about the noticeable effects of sea level rise they felt in their communities and whether or not they think current policies adequately address their needs. I asked them about their personal experiences in sea level rise planning and what challenges they face now or they think they might face in the future in policy implementation. Because in order to be an advocate for sea level rise policy, we need to understand the challenges our leaders are currently facing. And what I found was that these decision makers are influenced by noticeable environmental changes they witness, their personal experiences in government and in flooding, like growing up childhood, and finally, by how receptive their communities, policymakers, and local governments are to sea level rise policy. And while I'm still pouring through pages of transcribed interviews, I hope that this research will help other outreach efforts similar to the ACE Basin Coastal Training Program, especially in cities like Miami and Virginia Beach, which were mentioned quite frequently in my interviews, where sea levels are rising and nuisance flooding is also becoming the norm. And an ecosystem like the ACE Basin, one of the, quote, last great places on earth, as the sign on Highway 17 proudly reads, may hold the key to stopping us from living in a water world. Thank you.